So welcome to the session, guys. So today we're going to build a grade calculator. So what is essentially a grade calculator? It simply means it will calculate the SGPA and CGPA marks, right? So recently our results has been released, right? So I got this idea. It will be useful, right, for every student to build a calculator that calculates CGPA and SGPA. This will be a quite hectic task if you don't know the formula and all this stuff. So that's why we are going to do this for today. And the technologies that we are going to use today are, as as you already know, we will use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, right? For the front end part, and we will use Bootstrap as a CSS framework. So this is a little bit new for you. I haven't told about any CSS frameworks before. So that's why we're going to use a new concept today called CSS frameworks. Don't worry, I will explain each and every word. I will explain about frameworks and all those stuff. And finally, we will use something known as Netlify. So essentially, Netlify is nothing but it is used to deploy sites, right? So you have built an application and you want to show it to public. So you need a website, right? So a link to share. So Netlify will provide you that link, right? Got it? So these are the main concepts. Just a minute. Right. So these are the technologies and stuff that we are going to use today. So let's get started. Shall we wait for some more time? So let's get started with the session. So first of all, everyone clear with the agenda that we're going for today? So these are the main things that we're going to cover today. Everyone of you already know about HTML and CSS JavaScript, right? So we're going to use those technologies coupled with Bootstrap to give some nice look to the website. And finally, we're going to deploy this website, right? So let me just explain briefly about these frameworks. So as I told earlier, frameworks are nothing but frameworks are used, right? Tools developed by some developers, which makes our job easier, right? So they will do some all these things pre-built, and we can directly import them into our website without building them, right? So we don't need to build everything from scratch. We can directly use the components built by others with the help of frameworks, right? And finally, we will deploy the website on Netlify. So deployment is nothing but, for example, if you want to go to Facebook, okay, you want to go to Facebook. So what is the website you will type? If you want to go to Facebook, you will open Chrome, and what you will type? Let me know in the chat box as well, no problem. If you want to visit any website, what is the thing that you need? No responses. Facebook.
Name of the website.
Facebook.com. Exactly. So Facebook.com, right? So this is what something called as the domain, right? So which means we need something to display, right? To share our website. So this is called the deployment URL, right? So we're also going to deploy our website. So you can directly share the link to others, just like the Facebook.com and these things. You will get a unique URL. You can share your project to publicly. So I hope you got the today's session agenda. So are you excited, or you're already down with the things that we're going to discuss today? Let me know in the chat box. I'm looking in the chat box. As well as in between, we're going to use some other technologies like GitHub and uploading to GitHub and all these things as well, if there is time remaining. Yep. So let's get started, okay? Okay, so before doing anything, let's create. So guys, one more thing before starting the session. please, every one of you, please do this project. Okay, so please do this project and share the deployed URL in our group, right? As I told earlier, if you show these projects to your teachers, they will feel very happy about you. Just try. Even if you get 30 out of 30 in the mid and 10 out of 10 in the semester, your teachers won't get that excited. If you build a small website and show to your teachers, the excitement will be much more. Just observe. Try try to do this thing once. Just the teacher will feel so happy with your progress, right? And also teachers will be very feel good about DSC, right? Yes or no? So every one of you will build the website today. Don't worry, I will show you clearly the step-by-step process and I will clear all your doubts. Uh, the previous session which we conducted on Teams not went as expected, right? Due to issues. But now we are in Google Meet and whenever you have any doubt, just please let me know. Only few people are commenting. So remaining people don't do any website, just watching. Everyone, I need everyone. I need 70 responses in the chat box. Go. Every one of you need to build a website, okay? That's good. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so first of all, what I will do is I will create a new folder on my desktop. So I will name it as Grade Calci. And the next thing that I will do is open VS Code, right? And I will drag and drop this folder here, right? Guys, a quick check. Screen is visible, right? VS Code is visible for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. So if you have any issues, please let me know. I will try to resolve as early as possible. Okay. So the first thing that we need to create is a HTML file, right? Good. Okay. So now, as I told earlier, there is a shortcut to get the entire code in a single line, single character. Just press the exclamation mark and hit enter. That's it. So now you'll get the body. Let me just check by writing hello world. So before you start doing anything, this is a good habit of testing, right? So let's just check whether this hello world is printed or not. So I will open it in my browser. So the hello world is visible, right? So good start. Let me do it this way. Okay, it will be better if I keep it on split screen. Guys, both screens are visible, right? Is the code is visible correctly? The code
Yes.
on the left side. Okay, good. Okay, uh, let's start building this project. So first of all, let's build the plain HTML layout that we need, right? Next, we move on to CSS, and later we will move on to JavaScript. Okay, first of all, let's change this part. It says document, right? So let's change that. So change the title to Grade Calculator, and let's keep an emoji as well, right? So the text has been changed to Grade Calculator. Good start. So now let's remove this hello world. Okay, so now you are the ones who need to respond. So what are the things that we need to calculate the grade? Okay, let's
Marks.
first build a SGPA calculator. Okay, let's build the semester grade points, right? Later we'll build CGPA. Okay, okay. Let's build specifically for our college. Okay, okay. So now let's move to SGPA. So what are the things that we will have in an SGPA? To find SGPA, we'll have
Subject marks grade.
subject marks plus, as well as for each subject we'll have something known as credits, right? So what is the formula to calculate SGPA? Let's check on Google. Okay, so this is how we will calculate. For each subject will have some credit as well as grade point. So we'll need to calculate the product and the sum. Okay, so the formula is sum of all subjects, all subject marks into their respective credits, right? Whole divided by total credits, right? So this is the formula, right? So everyone got the formula. Let's take an instance. So this is the subject one. We have 4 credits and we got A grade, so 8 points. So 8 into 4, 32. Like this for all 8 subjects, we need to calculate the credit into grade score. And finally, we need to divide it by total credits. We'll get the SGPA, right? So everyone understood the formula. So if you understood the formula only, you can build the website, right? Else you can't do. Guys, clear? Formula, everyone?
Clear.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's try to replicate this table. Okay, so how many subjects we have? Six courses, right? So which means we have 6 subjects as well as 2 labs, right? So let's do it for 8 subjects. Okay, so for 8 subjects, for each subject, how many fields there will be? How many fields for each subject? Guys, interact. No problem. You can speak out. For each subject,
Marks,
what are the
grades, and
fields that
credits.
we have? Marks and credits, right?
Credits.
So total, how many subjects we have?
6.
8.
8, right? 6 subjects plus 2 labs, right? So a total of how much? 8 subjects. So that's why we need to have 6 input fields. Sorry, 16 input fields, right? For each subject, marks, and we need to get the grade as well. So that's why we need. First of all, let's keep a heading. SGPA calculator. Okay, it's getting good. Uh, Now another thing that I want now is let's build the main dialog box. Okay, so I will keep an input placeholder subject one placeholder and right. Is the screen visible for you? Okay, let's replicate subject 2. Okay, guys, just a minute. Raju, close the mic. So guys, let's do this way. Okay, first let's build for each subject how many fields we need. We need 2 fields, right? So input placeholder equal to subject 1, right? And let's also place the credits, right? So subject 1 and credits 1. Let's for how many we have? 8 subjects, right? So a total of 8 times. I need to duplicate this. Credits 2, subject 3, credits 3, and subject 4, credits 4, subject 5, credits 5, subject 6, credit 6, 7, 7. So if you observe closely, I enclosed all for each subject. I enclosed it in a div tag, and finally I enclosed all the div tags in another div tag, right? So everyone understood till now? Let's refresh the page, right? Guys, clear? Till now, we just placed the input tags. We haven't done anything else. We just placed some inputs, right? So fine. So now what I want to do is, okay, let's do this way. Okay, first of all, let's start with JavaScript, and in the final part, we will see about the styling. And finally, also we need something for a button, right, to calculate the result. Calculate. Guys, still not clear everything? Do you have any doubts? This is just the plain HTML. Let me know in the chat. Till now, everything clear? We just placed some HTML tags. Subject 1, credits 1. Subjects 2, credit 2. Right? So 8 subjects, total of 16 credits, and finally a button to display the result. Okay, now let's start doing the JavaScript. So now tell me, the question is that everyone need to type in the chat. What is the tag that I need to use if I want to write some JavaScript code inside of a HTML file?
Script.
Type in the chat, okay? I will type. Okay, so everyone, please type. What is the tag that I need to use? Be interactive, guys. This is not a concept, okay? This is a project. If you do it with me, you don't need to practice it again. Excellent. So the thing that I need to use is the script tag, and let me use it. So script. Oops. Okay, let me zoom it a little bit. So I have this script, okay? So now what I want to do, whenever the user presses the calculate button, I need to get these points, right? I need to multiply subject 1 and credits 1, subjects 2, credits 2, subjects 3, credits 3, right? So I need to do something like I need to gather all the values from these 16 input boxes, right? So think a way now how we can get all these scores. Let's do this way. Instead of creating 16 variables, there are two ways, right? The first way is what we can do is we can create 16 variables as 8 for storing the subject marks and 8 for storing the credits. A total of 16 variables, but that would be very complex. So that's why let's use arrays, right? So I will create, I created an array for marks and an array, empty array for credits as well. So now what I want to do, first of all, I want to push all these values into which array? All the entered values in the subject input boxes into which array? Marks or credits? I will ask questions frequently, so keep your fingers on your keyboard. All the values in the subject boxes, in which array I need to push them? Marks or credits? Very good, marks. And all the values which are entered in this credit input boxes, which array I need to push them? In which array? Marks array or credits array? Credits, right? Okay, that's good. Okay, let's get started. So now, so what is the thing that I need to do in order to get the values from these boxes? I need to give them an ID, right? But if we go in that way, there will be a problem, right? There will be 8 input boxes, so we need to place 8 different IDs, and we need to write 8 different times, right? Document dot query selector, document dot query selector. But what we can do is simply we can use classes, right? Let's go with classes. So if we go with classes, all the input boxes will have same class, right? Okay, I will do it. I will do it in that way. Okay, I'm doing multi-cursor typing, so it would be very easy. So I will give them, I will give all the, I will give a class name to all the subject boxes. So a class name of subject, right? And for all the input boxes, which have credits, what is the class name I will use? Guess, guess in the chat box. You can type, you can keep whatever class name you want, but I will name it as credits, right? So this is the code. I gave a class name. Oh my god, I just look like I did some error. Okay, I forgot here. Class equal to credits. Guys, still not clear? Or do you have any doubts? I just named classes, right? So now, what is the method? Now, let's see who will answer. What is the method I need to use in order to get all the values in the subject boxes? Type it in the chat. Don't shout out. What is the method that I need to use in order to get all the values in the subject boxes? In the only in the subject boxes, not from the credits. Get element by class. Good attempt. You're almost correct. So what is the method that I need to use? No one else is typing. Type out the answer, guys. Give it a try. Get element by class name. Excellent. So the correct answer is get elements, right? So get elements by class name, or you can also use query selector all, right? So let's use that thing. So let all marks equal to document dot. Now tell me, I need to use query selector or query selector all. I need to use query selector all because there are multiple, right? So dot, the class name is just a minute, guys. I'm just extending the screen. Okay, guys, this line is clear to everyone. Let all marks equal to document dot query selector all dot marks. Let's console log this. Let's see what is the output that we are getting. So any guesses for the output? Oops. The answer is we got a list of 0 items because the class name is not marks. The class name is subject. So okay. Now see how many inputs we got. We got 8 items, right? Cool. So now the thing that we need to do is we need to convert this into an array, right? So array dot from, guys, is the screen visible properly for you? Let all marks equal to array. We're converting the node list into, by default HTML returns something called as node list, which means it will return all the HTML nodes. But what is the thing that we want? We want an array, right? So that's why we kept it array. Now I remember. Okay, let's see who will answer this question. Okay, the all marks variable contains the values in the input box or the input box itself. What will be stored in this all marks? The value in the input box or the HTML code of input box? What will be stored by the all marks? The value in the input box or the input box HTML code? Exactly. It will store the HTML code, not the value in the input box. So, but we want the values, right? So that's why I will loop through this array dot for each node. Okay. So now what is the thing? I need to push these values into this list, right? So that's why marks dot. So to push a new element, we need to use the push method, just like stacks and queues. So marks dot push. Instead of pushing the HTML code, we need to push its. We need to push it. Need to push node dot value, right? Got it? So now the marks contain this marks list will contain all the values which are typed in this subject boxes, right? Clear? Clear, guys? Still now? Any doubt? All, mar all marks contain the HTML code of all these 8 input boxes. But we need to get the values from those all input boxes. That's why I looped using for each loop. And for all I'm getting one input box into this node variable and pushing it into the marks array.
Understood.
Clear, everyone? I need everyone's response. If it's not clear, I will repeat again, no issues. So understand, I will write the comments. Oops, getting the HTML codes. And what is this doing? Getting the values from HTML code. Fantastic. So now we are completed with which part? The subject part has been completed. So now what is the thing that we are pending? For which input boxes? Quick, type it in the chat. We are completed with doing getting the values from the which input boxes? Subject input boxes. But we are pending with no one is typing the credits, right? So what I will do is I will simply copy the code and I will paste it again. So instead of all marks, this will be all credits. And here, instead of marks, in which array I need to push? I need to push it into the credits array. That's it. And I need to change the class name as credits. Oops, I pasted here. Okay. Guys, you're not interacting, which means you are not understanding, in my opinion. Right? So now the marks list will contain all the values entered in the marks, and the credits array will contain all the values entered in the credit boxes, right? But we forgot one thing, right? We need to calculate all these things inside a function, right? I mean, whenever the user presses the button, we need to calculate, right? So that's why function get result. Okay, just I place the function. Okay, let's do this thing. Let's check whether it's working or not. Let's console.log marks. Okay, and now tell me, if I want to run this function called function get result every time when the user presses the calculate, what is the event that I need to use? What is the thing? If I want to call a function, what is the attribute that I need to use? Type it in the chat. The question is, if I want to call a function, whenever the user presses the button, what is the attribute that I need to use? Excellent. So the attribute we need to use is on click. So button on click. What is the function that I need to call? Get result. It is a function call, right? So that's why I need to place this parenthesis. Fine. Let's check whether it's working or not. I'll open the console. And I will go into the console. Okay. Now let's check. 10, 20. I'm just testing the subjects. So that's why I'm not bothering about the credits inputs. So 50, 60, 70, and 80. So whenever I press this calculate button, the get result function will be called. So in the get result function, what we are console.logging? The marks array, right? So there you go. Is this visible, guys? So what is the array? How many elements we have? 8 elements. 10, 20, 30. That's it. The function is working. Clear? Guys, clear? ఏమైందా అర్థమైందా? అంతే, very simple. అంతేనా? Now let's check for credits. ఇప్పుడు let's print this credits array. So now what I want to do, I need to enter the values in credits array, credits boxes, some random values. So if this also works, we are ready to go to find this formula. So there you go. It is also working properly, right? 10, 30, 20. Excellent. Guys, clear? ఇక్కడ దాకా? So if it's clear, I will move into the next part. Everyone, inputs nunchi what we have done, we were getting the values from all the inputs with the help of the for each loop, right? Chala easy, ఏముండదు, very easy. So now so ఇప్పుడు మనకి task easy అయిపోతుంది. So we have all the values, all the subject values. Okay, questions time. Andrew, like everyone open the chat box and get ready to type. Are you ready? Can I ask some questions? Small questions. Good. Okay. If I want which array contains all the values in the subject input boxes, what is the name of that array? What is the name of that array which stores all the values which are entered in this subject input boxes? Everyone need to type. Fantastic. Okay, so now the second question is, okay, now let's go some deep. If I want to listen the question carefully. If I want to get the marks of subject 4, how can I do that? How can I get the subject of value of subject 4? How can I get the value of subject 4? Function caller. Nope. Simple question. You already answered, but I answered it I asked it in another way. If I want to get the marks of this subject 4, no one. Fantastic. So the answer is marks of 3, right? Why? Because it is 4th element in the array. So that's why the index is 3. The marks of 3 key, oh, don't keep parentheses. You need to keep square braces. Great. Okay. బాగానే థింక్ చేస్తున్నారు అయితే. Fine. Okay. So if I want the value of credits 8, if I want the value of credits 8 input box, what is the, how can I get the value from credits 8? Credits 8 input box లో ఉన్న వాల్యూ కావాలి నాకు. How can I do that? Excellent. So we need to do it in credits of 7. Oh, thank God. Guys, అందరికీ clear కదా? How we get the values from input boxes. Hmm? If it's clear, I will move it into the later section. Okay, let's move into the later section. So now the main task. So formula ఏంటి మనకి? What is the formula? SGPA calculate చేయడానికి formula ఏంటి? First we need to find the product of credits and grade points, right? So simple. So ఇప్పుడు now answer the question. Which array contains all the marks array. Which array contains all the credits array. So now what is the thing that I need to do? I need to find the product of marks 1 and credits 1, marks 2, credits 2. So simply the logic is, so simply I will place a for loop, right? In this for loop, what I need to do? So ఇంకా సింపుల్ చెప్పాలంటే in order to get the cumulative sum, what I need to do? Marks of 0 into credits of 0 plus marks of 1 into credits of 1 plus marks of 2 into credits of 2 plus marks of 3 into credits of 3, and ultimately marks of 7 into credits of 7 will give the total sum, right? So I will create a sum variable. Let sum equals to 0. We have 8 subjects, right? So that's why for let I equals to 0, I less than 8, I plus plus, sum equal to sum plus marks of I into credits of I. That's it. So whenever the loop completes, the sum variable contains all the cumulative sum. That's it. అర్థమైందా ఈ step? Clear? So if you are familiar with any programming language, this will be very easier statement for you. Yes or no? మనం ఎప్పుడు చూసేదే కదా. I need to multiply first element into first element, second element into second element, and ultimately I need to calculate the total sum, right? So only 3 people gave this. So remaining people ఇంకా అర్థం అవ్వలేదా? Are you still thinking? So what this will do? It essentially is simply nothing but marks of 0 into credits of 0 plus marks of 1 into credits of 1 and so on. Okay, now? Okay. So now we need to do one more thing. What is the one more thing? So మనం numerator find చేస్తాం, right? So now we need to find the denominator. ఇక్కడే find చేసేద్దాం simply. Total credits equal to 0, and what I will do is total credits equal to I'm writing a compound statement which is nothing but total credits equal to total credits plus credits of I. Okay, na? అర్థమైందా? So I simply use the for loop for two things. Sum contains the numerator and total credits contain the denominator. So now what I need to do? I'll simply need to console.log total credits. Sorry, not total credits. Sum divided by total credits, which gives the SGPA. So we are done. Let's check whether it's working or not. Don't worry, I will repeat it again. Let's go it into the console. Okay, console వచ్చాం. So subject 1. Okay, let's take this example. Okay, na? So JNT website example తీసుకుందాం. So the subject grade point is 8 and credit is 4. 8 and 4. గైస్ ఎవరైనా నోట్ చేయరా ఇది? ఐ మీన్ ట్యాబ్ షిఫ్టింగ్ కష్టం కదా నాకు, సో గుర్తుపెట్టేసుకోండి. 6 7 10 6 7 10 4 6 9 6 4 6 9 6. Guys, if you have more subjects or less subjects, కోడ్ మీరు చేంజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. ఓకేనా? జస్ట్ ఫార్ములా చేంజెస్, ఫార్ములా చేంజ్ అవ్వదు, HTML కోడ్ చేంజ్ అవుద్ది. 444 333 22 444 444 333 22, రైట్? సో మనకి ఎంత రావాలి? SGPA అకార్డింగ్ టు హిస్ ఫార్ములా. According to his formula, what is the result that we need to get? పెట్టండి చాట్ బాక్స్ లో. బీ ఇంటరాక్టివ్ ఉంటేనే మీకు ఇంట్రెస్ట్ వస్తుంది. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద రిజల్ట్ దట్ వీ నీడ్ టు గెట్? 6.96. సో లెట్స్ చెక్. oops ఏంటి ఎంత వచ్చింది? సో we got something wrong. సో మనకి ఎంత వచ్చింది? 0 point something. So we have did something wrong. Okay, let's find this. What is this error? So okay, first మనం ఏం చేద్దామంటే let's just check whether the sum is working or not. Let's just console.log this sum. Oh my god. Guys, anyone have the values for subjects? చెప్తారా కొంచెం? Or I need to go back again. 8 6 7 8 6 7. Guys, ఎవరైనా నోట్ చేయండి, ఎందుకంటే మనకి ఎర్రర్ రావచ్చు.
8
సారీ.
6 7
10
10
4
4 6 9
6 9
6
6 10 4
6 9 6
6 9 6.
6
ఓకే, ఇది గుర్తుంది. 444
333 22
333 22. సో సమ్ ఎంత వస్తుందో చెక్ చేద్దాం. సో సమ్ is 174, which is absolutely correct, right? So now the issue is with, obviously, what is the issue that's causing us? The issue is total grades is getting somewhere wrong. Let's check that. Let's sum this total credits into 444 333 22. So total ఎంత రావాలి? 25. And we're getting 0 444 333 22. There you go. So what is the issue? Anyone guessed it?
It is reading as a string.
Exactly, a string la read అవుతుంది. So I need to, before adding, I need to convert it into an integer. So total grades equal to parse int of grades of 5. Okay, so ఇప్పుడు చూద్దాం. 444 333 and 22. So now we got ఎంత వచ్చింది?
25.
Absolutely right. So that's it. So we're done. So now sum divided by total credits. So ఇప్పుడు ఆన్సర్ వస్తుంది. ఇప్పుడు చెప్పండి సబ్జెక్ట్స్ ప్లీజ్. సబ్జెక్ట్ మార్క్స్ 9
8
8 6
7 10
7 10
4 6 9
4 6 9. Subject 8 6. Okay, and credits 4 4 4 3 3 3 2 2. And we got
6.96.
we did it.
6.96.
Yes, we got the answer. So అర్థమైందా how we do it? Guys, clear?
Yes.
సింగనా
Yes.
కాదా? సాటిస్ఫైడా?
Yes,
సో బట్
satisfied.
స్టిల్ వీ హ్యావ్ సంథింగ్, రైట్? అండ్ మనం ఇంకా లైక్ కన్సోల్లో ప్రింట్ చేస్తున్నాం కదా, బట్ వీ నీడ్ టు ప్రింట్ ఇట్ ఆన్ ది వెబ్సైట్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్, రైట్? సో నో జావా స్క్రిప్ట్ పార్ట్ అందరికీ క్లియరా? లెట్స్ మూవ్ ఆన్ టు CSS ఫ్రేమ్వర్క్. అందరికీ క్లియర్ అయితే సిఎస్ఎస్ చెప్తాం. అందరికీ క్లియరా? How we got the values of SGPA. So CGPA will be your homework. SGPA ని మళ్ళీ చెప్తా సిఎస్ఎస్ యూస్ చేసి. అందరూ ఎవ్రీవన్ పార్టిసిపేట్. అందరికి అర్థమైందా ఎలా క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేశాను? How I read the values from input boxes, how I performed calculations in the JavaScript, how I read multiple inputs simply using the for loop, right? You can do it in whatever you want, okay? But ultimately we need to get the answer in simple way. Okay, then now let's start the main part. So website బానే ఉందా చూడడానికి, or is it looking ugly? Website బానే ఉందా?
Need to add some styling.
So now this is the plain version of HTML, అంతే కదా, plain గా ఉంది HTML. But now let's do some styling. So if I want to apply styling, నేను ఏం యూస్ చేయాలి? Yes, అందరూ ఇప్పుడు ఇంటరాక్టివ్ ఉండండి ఒక 2 minutes. You can speak out. What is the thing I need to use to style? Styling చేయాలంటే ఏం చేయాలి? I'm not asking the tag. What concept I need to use? ఏం యూస్ చేయాలి? CSS యూస్ చేయాలి అంతే కదా. సో CSS యూస్ చేస్తే I can style elements whatever way I want. But ఇప్పుడు నేను ప్రతి ఎలిమెంట్ లైక్ ఇన్పుట్స్కి బటన్స్కి టైప్ చేయడం కొంచెం టైం పట్టచ్చు కదా. సో ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ ఇన్ ఎ హరీ, guys, everyone please listen this carefully. If you are in a hurry or if you want to use already ఎవరో చేసిన కాంపోనెంట్స్ యూస్ చేయాలంటే you can use something known as frameworks, CSS frameworks. So CSS frameworks అంటే మరేం లేదు, there are some developers who already built some components, like they applied some styles to buttons, inputs, headings, all అన్నింటికి స్టైల్స్ అప్లై చేసి they created something known as a framework. So what we can do is we can simply use the framework without writing any CSS. So I'm showing this example. Let's go into Bootstrap. Is the website visible?
Yes.
ఏం కనిపిస్తుంది వెబ్సైట్ లో మీకు? What is the
fast responsive
sites with Bootstrap, right? So what is this Bootstrap? Is nothing but so Bootstrap అంటే మరేం లేదు. So Bootstrap is a CSS framework, okay now. So which means Bootstrap contains some pre-built components like buttons gani, inputs gani, like this is the regular HTML, right? The regular HTML input tag. But if we use the input tags from Bootstrap, మనం స్టైల్ చేయకుండానే they will look beautiful, right? Because they have some pre-built styles, okay now. You will understand it more clearly once I start using Bootstrap. So now the thing is, if you want to use any CSS framework, there are multiple examples for CSS frameworks, not only Bootstrap. There is something known as Bulma, right? Bulma is also, if you observe carefully, they clearly mentions it. What is the heading? What is the heading of this Bulma? Bulma, the modern
CSS framework that just works.
Yep. So these are all examples for CSS frameworks, but the most popular one is Bootstrap. So let's so if you want to use the Bootstrap in your site, you need to copy this thing, CSS only, okay now. So you need to copy చేసి you need to paste it inside your HTML code. HTML code లో inside the head tag you need to simply paste the link that you have copied. అర్థమైందా? This is the linking step between Bootstrap and our site. So if you observe carefully, already కొంచెం స్టైల్స్ మారాయి, అవునా కదా? The font became little bigger, button and input. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay na? Like, so this is how. So నేను ఇప్పుడు ఇంక్లూడ్ చేయాలంటే ఏం చేయాలి? I need to copy this link tag and paste it inside the head of our HTML file. Okay na? So ఇప్పుడు Bootstrap is linked with our website. So now we can start. Guys, now tell me, కొంచెం క్లియర్గా అబ్జర్వ్ చేయండి. You will observe the difference between a framework. So this is the ఏంటిది? What is this thing?
Button.
Calculate
button. So this is the plain HTML button. So if I want to use the button from Bootstrap, you can go into docs. So nakem kavali, here you can search the docs. Nakem kavali button. So button/buttons కి వెళ్ళామనుకోండి. So now you can see these are the default buttons in Bootstrap. చూసారా బాగున్నాయా buttons? So if you want to use these buttons, ఏం చేయాలి మీరు? Directly copy this HTML and paste it.
Head of the file.
ఇప్పుడు నేను ఈ బటన్ తీసేసి మన బటన్ తీసేసి I simply paste this button. Now let's see. There you go. ఏమొచ్చింది నా సైట్లో? డైరెక్ట్లీ ఈ బటన్ వచ్చేసింది. అవునా కదా? So if I want this dark button, I need to copy. ఇది ఉంటుంది కదా బటన్ డార్క్. ఇది కాపీ చేసి ఏం చేయాలి? I need to simply paste it in the HTML. This one. Clear? Everyone got the point? Guys, how to use Bootstrap? అర్థమైందా? So that's it. ఇప్పుడు మీకు for example, if you want to use input, input కి వస్తే they will give some examples. So these are the styled inputs. చూసారా? Like these will be automatically styled by default. మనం ఏమి like if I wrote anything like background color for this button, guys, be interactive.
No.
Have I wrote anything like background color, margin, padding ఏమైనా రాసానా button కి styling?
No.
But I simply used the Bootstrap button and then, right? So చాలా easy అయిపోయింది కదా వర్క్. I haven't wrote a single letter of CSS. But ఏం చేశాను కాకపోతే I imported this link tag అంతే కదా.
సింటాక్స్ ఇప్పుడు బటన్ పేరు డార్క్ అని ఉంది కదా, అది మనకి బటన్ అని మోడిఫై చేసుకోవచ్చా వాడిచ్చిన లింక్ కి?
Like you want to change the text?
డార్క్ అని ఉంది కదా, బటన్ గా పెట్టాలి.
Yeah. బటన్ ఓకే, ఇక్కడ మార్చుకోవడమే. సింపుల్ HTML ట్యాగ్స్ ఇవి. నేను ఇక్కడ ఏం రాస్తే వస్తాయి. If you observe this carefully, this is the button tag. So whatever you write in between, it will be displayed. Calculate అంతే. That's it. Normal. Just what is the only thing is classes add అవుతాయి అంతే. ఓకేనా? So fine, let's start doing a little bit quick. Time అయిపోతుంది కదా. Guys, అర్థమైందా? Everyone, please let me know in the chat. Guys, important step ఉంది. Don't leave in the middle. We are going to deploy this website. That is the main part. అందరికీ అర్థమైందా? How you can use Bootstrap in your website. Simple. మీ నచ్చిన కాంపోనెంట్స్. Try to explore this website. ఇంకా బోల్డ్ ఉంటాయి దీంట్లో. ఓకేనా? Not only buttons and all these things. There will be so many fields. ఓకే, నేను ఇన్పుట్ కాపీ చేద్దాం. ఓకే, లెట్స్ డూ దిస్ వే. ఇన్పుట్ గ్రూప్. సో నాకు బూట్స్ట్రాప్, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ నాకు బూట్స్ట్రాప్ ఇన్పుట్స్ నచ్చలేదు అనుకోండి. వాట్ ఐ కెన్ డూ మై ఓన్ స్టైల్స్. చేయాలంటే వాట్ ఈస్ ద ట్యాగ్? స్టైల్ అంతేనా? సో సబ్జెక్ట్ క్లాస్. సో టు అప్లై సబ్జెక్ట్ క్లాస్కి padding equal to 20 pixels. Oops, I forgot to it. Split screen పెడతా అర్థమవుతుంది. ఓకేనా? సో ద రైట్ పార్ట్ ఈస్ అవర్ వెబ్సైట్. ఓకే, 20 pixels ఎక్కువైంది కదా. సో 10 pixels పెడదాం. Now it's looking good. And credits class కూడా padding of 10 pixels. ఓకేనా? ఇప్పుడు బాగుందా కొంచెం చూడడానికి? బట్ లేఅవుట్ అంత సరిగ్గా లేదు కదా. సో లెట్స్ సెంటర్ దిస్ థింగ్. సో సెంటర్ చేయాలంటే ఏం చేయాలి? ఈ మెయిన్ అన్నిటిని ఎన్క్లోజ్ చేసిన డ్యూ ట్యాగ్కి ఐ విల్ గివ్ ఏ క్లాస్ ఆఫ్ కంటైనర్. సో కంటైనర్ ఇస్తే ఏమైందో చూసారా, ఆటోమేటికల్గా సెంటర్ వచ్చేసింది. వై? బికాస్ కంటైనర్ ఈజ్ ఏ బూట్స్ట్రాప్ క్లాస్. సో కంటైనర్స్ అంటే ఏం చేస్తాయంటే దే విల్ సెంటర్ దీస్ థింగ్స్. ఓకేనా? సో వాట్ ఐ డిడ్, సింప్లీ ప్లేస్డ్ కంటైనర్. ఓకే, సో మీరు బూట్ స్ట్రాప్ని ఎక్స్ప్లోర్ చేయండి. ఓకేనా? జస్ట్ ఈ వాడు సమ్ ప్రీ డిఫైన్డ్ క్లాస్ నేమ్స్ ఇస్తాడు మనకి, వీ కెన్ యూజ్ ఇట్ ఇన్ అవర్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ అంతే. నౌ ద నెక్స్ట్ థింగ్ ఈజ్, ఆర్ ఎల్స్ ఇఫ్ యూఆర్ నాట్, మీరు ఇంకా ఫెమిలియర్ కాదు కదా సార్, సో లెట్స్ బిల్డ్ మై ఓన్ కంటైనర్. సో CON అని ఇచ్చా. ఓకే, ద మెయిన్ సెషన్ బూట్ స్ట్రాప్ కదా, సో లెట్స్ గో విత్ కంటైనర్, నో ప్రాబ్లం. బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ కలర్ ఏమైనా పెడదామా? ఓకే, BG డార్క్. ఓకే ఓకే, సారీ యూఆర్ నాట్ కంఫర్టబుల్ విత్, మీరు ఇంకా బూట్ స్ట్రాప్ రాలేదు కదా, నో వరీస్. పని చేస్తా, ఐ విల్ రైట్ మై ఓన్ స్టైల్స్. ఓకేనా? ఫర్ దిస్ క్లాస్ కంటైనర్ విడ్త్ ఎంత పెడదాం? 80% పెడదాం. ఇదంతా CSS విత్ 80%. సో సెంటర్ చేయాలంటే వాట్ ఈస్ ద ట్రిక్? మార్జిన్ ఈక్వల్ టు 0 ఆటో. Why is this thing not getting centered? Acha, okay. Guys, unnara?
Nice.
Just wait. Okay, everything is fine. So for example, ఈ ఎగ్జాంపుల్కి నేను బూట్ స్ట్రాప్ తీసేస్తానండి. ఓకేనా? కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అవుతారేమో మళ్ళీ. సో బట్ ఎలా యూస్ చేయాలి అర్థమైందా బూట్ స్ట్రాప్ అందరికీ? ఓకే, అర్థమైతే ఫైన్. ఓకే, నౌ లెట్స్ స్టార్ట్ డూయింగ్. క్లాస్ ఈక్వల్ టు కన్ అంతా CSS. ఓకేనా? CSS వచ్చా అందరికి? చూసారా వీడియోస్?
చూసాం.
డోంట్ వరీ అబౌట్ CSS, నో ఇష్యూ, నేర్చుకుంటూ వచ్చేస్తుంది. ఓకే, సో నో అవర్ క్యాలిక్యులేటర్ హ్యాస్ బీన్ సెంటర్కి వచ్చింది. ఓకేనా? ఓకే, లెట్స్ ఆల్సో స్టైల్ దిస్ బటన్. ఇప్పుడు నార్మల్ బటనే కాబట్టి మనం నచ్చిన క్లాస్ రాసుకోవచ్చు. క్లాస్ BTNకి స్టైల్స్ అప్లై చేస్తాం. సో ఇది అయిపోతే డిప్లాయ్ చేసేద్దాం. ప్యాడింగ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 20 pixels. బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ కలర్ ఏం పెడదాం? బ్లాక్. కలర్ వైట్ పెడదాం. 20 మరి ఎక్కువైనట్టుంది కదా, 10 పెడదాం చాలు. బార్డర్ నన్. ఓకే, బాగుందా ఇప్పుడు లేఅవుట్ కొంచెం? ఇస్ ఇట్ లుకింగ్ గుడ్?
ఎస్.
కొంచెం బాగానే ఉంది కదా, బెటర్ దెన్ ప్రీవియస్ వన్. ఓకేనా? ఇప్పుడు మనం ఏం చేద్దామంటే, ఓకే, వెన్ ఎవర్ ది యూజర్ ప్రాసెస్ ది క్యాలిక్యులేట్, ఏం చేయాలి మనం ఎక్కడ డిస్ప్లే చేస్తున్నాం రిజల్ట్?
కన్సోల్.
బట్ మనం ఏం చేయాలి? వీ నీడ్ టు క్రియేట్ రిజల్ట్ కదా. సో ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ డూయింగ్ కన్సోల్ లాగ్ ఏం చేయాలి మనం? ఐ నీడ్ టు క్రియేట్ న్యూ HTML ఎలిమెంట్. అంతేనా? కొత్త HTML ఎలిమెంట్ క్రియేట్ చేసి ప్రింట్ చేయాలి కదా. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద మెథడ్ దట్ ఐ నీడ్ టు యూస్ టు క్రియేట్ న్యూ HTML ఎలిమెంట్స్? ముందు క్లాస్లో చెప్పుకున్నాం. వాట్ ఈస్ ద మెథడ్? ఏ మెథడ్ యూస్ చేయొచ్చు జావా స్క్రిప్ట్ నుంచి HTML ట్యాగ్స్ క్రియేట్ చేయడానికి? యూ కెన్ స్పీక్ అవుట్, చెప్పండి పర్వాలేదు. వాట్ ఈస్ ద మెథడ్? ఏ మెథడ్ యూస్ చేయాలి టు
Create
క్రియేట్?
element.
What is the method? I need to use create element. So const h1 equal to create element of h1. So h1 dot inner text equal to ఇది మన ఆన్సర్ అవుతుంది అంతేనా? సో సమ్ బై టోటల్ క్రెడిట్స్. సో బట్ ద ఫైనల్ థింగ్ ఈజ్ మనం ఏం చేయాలి? ఐ నీడ్ టు యాడ్ ఇట్ టు ది బాడీ అంతేనా? సో డాక్యుమెంట్ డాట్ బాడీ డాట్ append. దీనికి ఏం అపెండ్ చేయాలి? ఐ నీడ్ టు అపెండ్ ద న్యూలీ. బాడీకి అపెండ్ చేస్తున్నా
H1.
అవుతుంది. ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ. సో మనం పెట్టిన పేరుని ఇక్కడ అపెండ్ చేయాలి. సో ఇప్పుడు చెప్పండి, వాట్ ఈస్ ద గ్రేడ్స్? సబ్జెక్ట్ 1 9, 4 4
3
3 2 సబ్మిట్ మార్క్స్ చెప్పండి. 9
8 6 7 10
8 6 7 10 10
4 6 9 6
4 6 9 6 గైస్ ఒకసారి చెప్పండి, ఇంకెవరైనా రాశారా? 9 8 6
9 కాదండి, 8 6 7 10.
8 6 7 10. ఓకే,
ఫస్ట్ 8
లేదా 9 తీసే
8
8
6
6 7 10 4 6 9 6.
4 6 9 6. ఓకే, ఇంతేనా? సో మనకి రిజల్ట్ ఏం రావాలి?
6 పాయింట్
ఇంతేనా? 4 6 9 6. ఎక్కడ క్రియేట్ అయింది? Oops, looks like the element has not been added. Okay, ఎలా చేద్దామా? సింప్లీ లెట్స్ గివ్ ఎన్ అలర్ట్. అలర్ట్ బాగుంటుంది కదా ఫోన్లో చూడడానికి. మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ యూ విల్ బి డూయింగ్ ఇన్ ఫోన్, ఐ గెస్. అవునా? యా.
బటన్ ఆన్ క్లిక్ దగ్గర ఫంక్షన్ ఏం రాంగ్ ఇచ్చావు.
గెట్ మార్క్స్ కదా. ఉప్స్,
రిజల్ట్.
గాడ్. సో గెట్ రిజల్టా? ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు చెప్పండి అయితే. మళ్ళీ సబ్మిట్. 9 or 8 కదా. 4 4 3 3 2 2. మార్క్స్ చెప్పండి. 8 9
6
8 6 7
8 6 7
10
10
4
4 6
6 9 6
10 4
6 9
6
6
9 6.
9 6. ఓకే, లెట్స్ క్యాలిక్యులేట్. ఎంత వచ్చింది?
6.96.
సో వర్కింగ్ ఫైన్. సో ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్, మీకు ఏమైనా స్టైల్స్ యాడ్ చేయాలనుకోండి. నౌ ద క్వశ్చన్ ఇస్ హౌ యూ కెన్ అప్లై CSS విత్ ఇన్ జావా స్క్రిప్ట్. సో జావా స్క్రిప్ట్ నుంచి కొత్త ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఎలా క్రియేట్ చేయాలో నేర్చుకున్నాం. బట్ ఆ క్రియేట్ చేసిన ఎలిమెంట్ స్టైల్స్ ఎలా అప్లై చేయాలో తెలుసా? సింపుల్. సో h1 డాట్ స్టైల్ అని ఇచ్చేసి డాట్, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మీరు టెక్స్ట్ అలైన్ సెంటర్ అనుకోండి, ఈక్వల్ టు ఏం పెడతారు? సెంటర్. అంతే. లైక్ ఇలా చేయాలన్నమాట. ఎలిమెంట్ నేమ్ డాట్ స్టైల్ అని పెట్టాలి. అండ్ ద ట్యాగ్ CSS అట్రిబ్యూట్స్ రాసుకోవచ్చు. ఇక్కడ టెక్స్ట్ అలైన్, డిస్ప్లే, పొజిషన్, ప్యాడింగ్, మార్జిన్ అని రాసుకోవచ్చు. సో నో టెల్ మీ సబ్జెక్ట్ 1. మళ్ళీ ఏదో రాద్దాం ర్యాండమ్గా, నో ఇష్యూస్. 9 7 2 4 5 44 క్రెడిట్స్. చచ్చిపోతాం. 4 4 4 3 3 3 2 2. ఇప్పుడు చూసారా పర్ఫెక్ట్ సెంటర్ వచ్చింది. ఓకేనా ఫైన్ అర్థమైంది అందరికి SGPA calculator. So this is how you create an SGPA calculator. So now what is the step we are going to do now? Now the task is to now tell me ఈ వెబ్సైట్ ఎక్కడ ఓపెన్ అయింది దిస్ ఈజ్ ఓపెనింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ లోకల్గా ఓపెన్ అవుతుంది అంతేనా రైట్ విచ్ ఈస్ ప్రెజెంట్ ఇన్ మై కంప్యూటర్ సో ఇఫ్ ఐ వాంట్ టు మేక్ దిస్ పబ్లిక్ ఇప్పుడు నేను పబ్లిక్గా డిప్లాయ్ చేయాలి కదా సో వాట్ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు యూస్ ఏం యూస్ చేస్తామని చెప్పాను క్లాస్ స్టార్టింగ్లో ఏం యూస్ చేస్తున్నాం
Netlify.
So simply type it netlify drop. So అందరూ just create a netlify account, email password ఇస్తే చాలు and what is the నేను ఎక్కడ క్రియేట్ చేశాను గ్రేడ్ క్యాలిక్యులేటర్ రైట్ సో దిస్ ఈస్ మై ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఫోల్డర్ ఇదేనా నా ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఫోల్డర్ సో వాట్ ఐ నీడ్ టు డూ ఇస్ సింప్లీ డ్రాగ్ అండ్ డ్రాప్ దిస్ గ్రేడ్ క్యాల్సి ఫోల్డర్ హియర్ just wait for a couple of minutes so deploy it. This is the link so that's it ante deployment in 2 seconds you can check this website now it's already live in public you can go and check the website everyone chat box lo పెట్టండి చూడండి that's it ఓపెన్ చేశారా వెబ్సైట్ అందరూ
Yes.
ఓపెన్ అయిందా anyone keep the link in the community group copy చేసి ఒక community group లో పెట్టండి so you guys understand how to deploy so
Yes,
you can
understood.
share this link if you share this link anyone can open the site so సైట్ అంత సరిగ్గా లైక్ మొబైల్లో వ్యూ అంత డిఫరెంట్గా ఉంటుంది బట్ ద ప్రాసెస్ ఈస్ సేమ్ యూ కెన్ డూ యువర్ ఓన్ స్టైల్స్ గైస్ క్లియరా సో దిస్ ఇస్ హౌ వీ డూ అండ్ డిప్లాయ్ ఏ క్యాలిక్యులేటర్ స్టాప్ చేసే రికార్డింగ్